Watch them, watch how they lead, watch how they play, throw, their fundamentals, their decisions.
I'm a man with a plan, and it's time you understand.
Gotta know what my competition's like.
The transition from Daniel Jones to Danny Dimes has been a roller coaster ride for everybody but Daniel Jones. Let's not forget he was booed immediately at the draft in April, mocked by talk radio, and compared to his predecessor, and not in a Super Bowl MVP kind of way. But oh, how quickly things can change. Here's Diana Rossini with his story.
Vocal, let us go to Roger Goodell and find out what the Giants are doing at 6.
With the 6th pick, the New York Giants select Daniel Jones, quarterback, Duke.
He made the single dumbest move you can make.
Daniel Jones! I mean, you can't make this stuff up. What possible excuse can you have for passing up on Dwayne Haskins?
The pick set off viral reactions. Most Giants fans didn't believe Daniel Jones was worthy of the number 6 pick. Just ask Rob Spinelli, Joe Antonio, and James Copa. They've been best friends and Giants fans since they were little boys.
Last couple of months, they love Daniel Jones.
We have this amazing running back and this no-name quarterback.
It's going to be like another 5 years, another rookie contract of hell, basically.
We kind of just been like a laughingstock of the NFL.
While many fans and commentators were Daniel doubters, those close to Jones were believers, including Jay Billis. And he's actually known Daniel since he was in elementary school. Billis was also his AAU basketball coach.
I knew he was going to be an NFL player. You could tell. He's got a drive in him and a want to that you don't see very often. He came to my summer basketball camp in between his junior and senior year. He had a broken wrist. I figured he can't play. And then he said, no, I'm playing. And he played, and after about a day and a half, Daniel Jones is the best player here.
Duke's football head coach David Cutcliffe, who also coached both Peyton and Eli Manning in college, remembers Jones's first year at Duke.
We're in camp in August, and I'm like, from day 1 to day 3 is such a significant jump. I don't think I'd ever seen anybody make that much progress that fast.
What made him so good?
Well, his ability to move, his hand speed, his accuracy. I knew as a redshirt freshman, I knew as a first-year starter, this guy's a first-round draft choice.
And I'm just excited for the opportunity to be in New York. I'm thrilled.
There was discussion about you could have gotten him at 17. So that's why it wasn't a good pick at 6. That's fair and reasonable. All those things are reasonable. But when people were saying he didn't stand out at Duke, I was like, wait a minute now. He stood out at Duke. And I think he's going to prove himself to be a special talent in the league.
I was at the draft. When Daniel came back in, I said, hey, congratulations, not just on the pick, but on what you're hearing.
I see a backup quarterback in the NFL.
Dave Gettleman, 5, 7, 10 years from now, he's going to be judged on this pick.
This is awesome. Everybody else is on a honeymoon. You're getting a dose of reality.
Steps up, he's going to run. Jones to the 5, touchdown Giants!
Dave Gettleman's got to be thrilled that he's got the right guy for the job.
Now the starter for the New York Giants, winning his first 2 games. The feeling around New York is a little different these days.
It's crazy. You wake up on Monday and
everything
feels better. The bagels taste better.
Even if he doesn't win a Super Bowl, like we saw Phil Simms, Jeff Hostetler, and Eli Manning do for New York, these Giants fans want to make sure Daniel Jones hears this.
I feel terrible. What do we know? Who are we? We're 3 Giants fans from New Jersey.
Daniel Jones, on behalf of the New York Giants fan base, we are so sorry. I am so sorry. Keep balling out. Bring us the championship, baby.
And I got to show you this. I'm sorry, buddy. Don't worry, I'm backing you.
Well, listen, we're going to talk about that, but the Patriots have owned quarterbacks in their first season in the league. They have won 7 straight games against rookie quarterbacks dating back to 2014. We know Bill Belichick can really rattle those QBs. They are just completing 56% of their throws and have a 35 quarterback rating. But it is the day, you know what? Let's celebrate one thing. Today is the day it's okay to be wrong, to say my bad. We got Richard Sherman. We got these three. I mean, right out of Central Casting, I might add, but who raised their hand and said, you know what, Daniel, we apologize. It's really been fun to watch. It's early, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah, and I've said this about sports. Like, one of the great things about sports is you have opportunity to prove people right and opportunity to prove people wrong. And Daniel Jones, because of the reception that happened when he was drafted, is going to have a long opportunity to prove a lot of people wrong and a few people right.
Can we just say one other thing? You know, it wasn't easy, I'm sure, but the way his composure, even in those early days when the publicity was, 98% negative, he just held his head high and he handled it with such grace.
That's such a great point.
But he did.
And I'm going to tell people, the thing that I was thinking throughout that, because I was one of the ones that was like, what the hell are the Giants doing? That's number one. But to your point, what you just said, it kind of gave me this feeling like this kid going to be all right. Because he didn't shell up. He didn't and he just, staying you at that age through all of that is difficult. And he just went about his business, man. Now, it's still early.
Well, yeah,
I want to temper people's expectations.
Let's not put him in camp.
Let me build you up while I chop you down.
It's still early.
You know what?
But I think he's going to be great, though.
He really walked to that very narrow plank of being confident and comfortable in himself without being arrogant and aggressive. And that's not easy to do. Speaking of which, new on NFL Live from our own Field Yates, Baker Mayfield on the Richard Sherman handshake situation. I know what I did, but that's the one time the camera recording me has gone in my favor. Apropos, touche, Baker Mayfield. He's right, and I like the humor there. Obviously, there was a reference, I think, to a little camera situation in college.
Yeah, a little one. Good for Baker. You know,
he's right.
But I'm sure there are people out there who expected a different response from Baker, right? Yeah. So, maybe there is, through this journey of struggle in this first month for him, a little bit of growth of maturity.
So prophetic there, Dan. Journey of a struggle.
I'm a poet. I really believe he's learning how much of his so-called Baker Mayfield stuff plays in the minds and the eyes of other players in that league.
I think the balance.
He's learning that.
I think the balance for him is going to be important because you don't want to lose that.
No question.
It's part of what makes him,
for sure,
right?
I think the NFL has certainly served him a massive piece of humble pie.
It's a difference in having juice and also guys seeing you as one of those respectable guys. The worst dude to play against at quarterback in the league is Phillip Rivers.
Well, without saying a curse word, I might add.
But the thing is, Phillip is doing it in between the white lines. When you go in the locker room, you meet Phil off the field.
Good point.
You're like, yo, this dude is salt to the earth. So it's just, Baker had that persona off the field as well.
Although that feature we did on Phillip Rivers made me, I mean, he must drive people nuts because just watching it, the Phillip Rivers trash talk, you just,
Phillip Rivers didn't talk so bad to me before.
He said some bad stuff.
He's the worst. And he do his homework too. Which those are the worst. Those are the worst kind of trash talkers, the ones that do their homework.
All right, listen, other updates from this afternoon. I mentioned it earlier, but more video now. Jalen Ramsey back on the field. It's been 20 days since his last practice. As you know, he would prefer not to play in Jacksonville. The team would prefer not to trade him. There's a back issue, so to speak. And the standoff really is what it is, and I'm not sure, Marcus, to your point, that the end is near. I don't see a resolution this minute.
An impasse like this I think it's one of the first times I've seen a player literally say, I do not want to be here. And they like, no, we want you to be here, and we're not going to let you leave.
This practice, though?
Yeah.
We call it, tongue-in-cheek sort of.
He put the pads on. Yeah. He's on the field.
There.
I'm giving him a check. I'm saying yes. Yes, he practiced.
You're calling that a check? You're calling it yes.
I'm checking it off. Yes,
He got his work in today. He's gearing up for a big game this week.
Coach, how mad are you, though, for real? Tell the truth, Coach. How mad are you if you Doug Marrone, you know you got one of the best corners in the league chilling? Coach.
I got to say, I'm
come on, Coach.
I'm liking what Doug has done.
Okay.
I think he's hung in there, and it gives them a chance. It gives them.
Way to have your guys back.
He's got a chance to salvage if they'll just pay the man.
Yeah. Wait, we got to get you.
Coach,
didn't you say?
It's been about that the whole time. It's like pay the man.
Yeah. You said they need truth serum. We're going to get you some, too. We're going to get a double dose. And you're going to take 2 shots of it right here, my friend.
He showed up in a Brinks truck. It's all about getting paid. He wants to get paid.
Yeah.
Listen, he practices like I work out. I just go in the gym and feel like it's effective.
That's what you'll go tell Con.
Yeah.
And Coughlin.
Pay the man.
Yeah,
All right.
guys.
Pay him.
It is what it is until it isn't. We'll keep watching. We'll keep you updated when we come back. Eagles facing the Vikings week 6. Both teams sitting at 3-2. Who needs this win more? Daniel here will break down why Carson Wentz may have it all figured out.